What if I told you the average American consumes about 19.5 grams of drugs a day? And what if I told you these drugs aren't the typical drugs you would think of that are illegal substances? The type of drug I'm talking about is added sugar. There are studies that have proven that sugar is just as addictive as cocaine. Even though the US is the country with the highest consumption and obesity rates, it still consumes the sugar in excess. I've personally experienced the effects of sugar withdrawals while doing a detoxifying diet, and also I work in a clinic where we treat chronic disease management, and one of those diseases is diabetes. So I do have a vast background in sugar and the complications it can cause. So today I will discuss first the effects of sugar on the body. Second, I will discuss how we will eliminate them from the body. Last, we will go over what the benefits are of reducing our sugar intake. Something must be done to change the fact that the US has the highest rate of obesity and sugar consumption. According to sugarscience.edu, 19.5 grams of sugar a day translates to about 66 pounds a year per person. That's a lot of sugar. If you think of 66 pounds, that's a small toddler. My son weighs, I believe, 70. That's a big person. That's a lot of sugar. So when sugar is consumed, what happens is it stimulates the reward area in your brain, which releases dopamine, which is consistent with that of addicting substances such as cocaine, nicotine, and other drugs. So there's this Netflix documentary called Fed Up, and that one goes through showing different brain scans and compares those of a brain that's consumed sugar and a brain that's consumed cocaine, and the areas light up the exact same. With each sugar consumption, we are training our brains to crave sugar, therefore it becomes addicted and hard to stop consuming. And that is a big reason why people that have done cocaine, a lot of the time once they stop doing it, they have the sugar cravings, because your body is craving the need for the dopamine, because it's not able to make it on its own since you're no longer doing the drugs. So on top of obesity and addiction, excess sugar consumption can lead to complications such as tooth decay, diabetes, and heart disease. So we just discussed the effects of sugar on the body. Now let's talk about how we can eliminate it from our diet. Eliminating sugar from your diet may seem impossible or too much of a burden. I understand it's hard, it's in everything, but here are some simple ways to manage this task. Start off slow on cutting off sugary substances. I suggest cutting sugar out of your beverages. If you drink a lot of sodas, you never want to drink your calories. It's always best to drink water and get your calories from other substances, your sugar from other substances. And when you're craving something sweet, reach for fruit instead. There's a great diet called the Whole30, which you can try out if you want to quit cold turkey. It's actually a diet I did, which did the detoxifying diet. And it is really hard at first, but it puts your body back on track. I felt a lot more energized after the first it was about 2 weeks of good withdrawals from the sugar, but you feel energized and you just feel better overall. We just talked about how we can reduce sugar in our diets. Now we'll go over the benefits of reducing our sugar intake. So reducing sugar intake can create a stable mood and energy levels according to Medibank.com. Another benefit is going to be weight loss and less susceptibility of diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and other complications. So today we discussed the effects of sugar on the body. Second, I talked about how we can reduce sugar in the diet. And last, I went over benefits of reducing sugar in the diet. Even though the US is currently with the country with the highest sugar consumption and obesity rates, it is still consumed in excess. And by changing the way we see sugar and relating it more into something that's more damaging and is consistent with the use of drug use, maybe this will become more of a reality for people, and together we can improve our own lives and set an example for the future.